Robert Scribbler here, and welcome to another episode of the OBX Wave Report. And for this episode, what we're going to do is talk about fins. And I'm not talking about surf fins, I'm talking about bodyboarding fins. And in particular, we're going to talk about how not to lose your valuable bodyboard fins in rough surf. And a little hint here, a little spoiler. We're going to talk about these little doodads. So before I get into fins and how to not lose your fins in rough surf, I'm going to just talk a little bit about bodyboarding. So bodyboarding is a wave riding sport just like surfing is, and it can be a supplement to surfing. A surfer can ride a bodyboard if a surfer likes to change things up a little bit, or you can just specialize in bodyboarding. There are many bodyboarders who just love to ride the bodyboard and do all sorts of little neat tricks, little airs, 360s, little barrel rolls, things like that. Bodyboard can actually be really maneuverable and versatile in a variety of surf conditions. And if you're a little rusty or you're going out into cold water conditions, it can be maybe helpful to scout things out with your bodyboard, or if you're moving into a new break and you don't want to risk surfing as much, or you're feeling more challenged surfing, you might want to scout it out on one of these little bad boys. And also, the nice thing about a bodyboard is you can surf pretty much ride any kind of wave on a bodyboard. You can ride really tight shore break. You can ride large surf. It tends to be more versatile than a surfboard. I mean, don't get me wrong, a highly skilled surfer could also ride a variety of surf, but you don't have to have the professional skill level or extraordinarily advanced skill level to ride a variety of surf as you would with bodyboard. Now, with bodyboard, what you want in larger waves or tougher surf, you will want to have access to these bad boys. And your fins are going to help propel you through the water as you paddle out to larger waves. It provides extra speed and momentum, which you do need on the bodyboard. Just paddling with your arms is not enough to build enough momentum to catch the larger waves, so you're going to need your fins. This is a good variety of fin. This is Dolphin. I enjoy these. Another fantastic variety of fin that I've used for a long period of time are the Churchills. Churchills kind of, if you put both the fins together, they make a dolphin shape, whereas the Dolphin makes like a fish fin shape, and they have extra scoops on the top to push the water. So they're very fast fins, very strong kicking fins. I like the Dolphins as well. So Churchills and Dolphins are both very good fins. And this is an older BZ bodyboard which has served me very well over the years. But for today, what we're going to do is we are going to talk about how not to lose your fin in rough conditions. So fins in general, you do want them to fit snugly on your feet. And if they do fit snugly on your feet in small to medium waves, they should not come off. But sometimes we all have spills, or we get caught in a nasty wipeout, and the turbulence will shake one of these bad boys off, and then boop, it's off into the water. And that's why you want to have a little leash for your fin, so you don't lose your fin, especially if you're in really rough conditions. You don't want to lose your fins when you're out, like say quarter-mile offshore in 8 to 10 foot waves, and then have to paddle in without one of your major propulsion devices here. So the way a fin tether works is it wraps around the end of your fin, and then it attaches to a mini leash that then hooks around your ankle. And I'm just going to go ahead and demonstrate how you put these bad boys on. So you just slide your fin over your foot and tighten that bad boy down. And some people wear fins with socks. I actually use these little fin booties. They're like little wading booties, and they're slick. They're kind of like of a light swim shirt material. And of course, if it's cold, you can wear your regular booties over your fins, but you want to have some extra space. Now, these fin tethers are like a leash, and you just unsnap the Velcro, put them over your ankle, and like so, right? And so if the fin comes off, gets knocked off in the turbulence of the water, boop, it's flapping around on the fin, and then you can reattach it. Just grab that bad boy and put it back on in the waves so it doesn't get washed away. So that's the purpose of your fin tether. I'm going to show you how to put the fin tether on the fin and talk a little bit about brands here. So I had to order these. I couldn't find these in the surf shop, which is a little annoying. The kinds of fin tethers or fin fasteners that they were using were these weird kind of bulky things that just clamped onto the end of the fin. It had like this overlap here, and it just created like some extra force, but it made it really difficult to put the fins on, and I don't know, I didn't find it to be very useful. I've been using these kinds of fin tethers for decades, and but I had to order these things online, and this particular fin tether is designed by Creatures of Leisure. They also design leashes, very, very good leashing and tethering company, Creatures of Leisure. And it's very easy to fasten to your fin. All you have to do is just take this bad boy and loop it over your leash, and then pull the tether through the loop like so. Watch out for the Velcro, and then just tighten that bad boy down, a little slip knot, and boom, there you go. So you got your fin tether attached to your fin, and if you get in turbulent surf, you've got that second layer of protection so you don't lose your fins, especially in rough conditions, because you don't want to be without your extra propulsion here if you're on your bodyboard, because you're definitely going to need that bad boy. Of course, these swim fins can be used for body surfing as well, and there are a number of people that are fantastic body surfers out there surfing. I've seen numerous people with just free body surfing or using little hand boards, which provide a plane in the wave and allow you to perform all kinds of radical maneuvers. So there is your swim fin and tether system to prevent fin loss in rough surf conditions. So thanks for joining me, and I will be back tomorrow with another wave report. If you guys haven't seen it yet, check out my video on the raging surf at Buxton. These just gorgeous black beasts rolling in onto Buxton in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. According to the official reports, 14 to 16 foot waves. And we caught it on video earlier today. It was pretty epic. It would have been even more epic if someone had been out in that. I am not trained up for it at this time, but maybe next year, maybe after 365 days of being out here on the Outer Banks, getting my intermediate surfer level pumped up to advanced, and we'll see what we can take on. Although what I will say is those Outer Banks waves, they're heavy and they are not to be fooled with. They pound with a vengeance, and many of them break pretty far offshore. So something to consider. But in any case, some talk about bodyboarding and the bodyboard and fin system, along with your fin tethers to keep you from losing your fins in the rough surf. I'll be back tomorrow morning, and we will provide you guys with another report of conditions here at the Outer Banks.